Hey YouTube, Mike the Gambling Guy here, and I hope you're sitting down for this one. This one is really made for all those people who are like, yeah, I tried the Rigel Castle Baccarat app, and I just couldn't get it to work. So let me show you how the Rigel Castle Baccarat app can pay for itself and give you a whole lot more money. So it's actually combining two strategies. So what do you do before you go out on a picnic? Do you check the weather forecast? Do you? Or do you just pack up some food and a little bit of drink and say, okay, let's go outside and just risk it, right? That sounds crazy when you're talking about gambling. You're like, well, you can't do that. There's no way of doing that. Until now. Now there is. So let me spend some time showing you how this amazing tool works. It actually transforms C2Bet4 from being at 93.75% win rate to 98.2. To 98.2. You got 1.8% chance of hitting a losing opportunity or losing chance. Yeah, could you have that hit back to back? Well, I'm sure you can, right? I mean, it can happen in Baccarat. I mean, when they say lightning's never struck the same place twice, it has, of course. I mean, I've seen 4 12s roll back to back on a craps table. What's the probability of that? Let's do the math on that one. To have 4 12s come, I mean, is very rare, but yeah, it can happen. But with that, let's kind of walk through what we're doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the Rigel Castle Baccarat app set up. All right, so we're on C2Bet4, right? That's the strategy that we're going to be playing. We're actually not going to be playing it necessary from there. Let's go ahead and make sure that we've got our unit set for this. And because I'm so confident that I'm going to continue to keep winning on this, we're going to do $10 units. And then instead of the Mikey Super Marty, I'm actually going to come down here and do the Grand Marty Money Management. Might be hard to see, but it is 4 steps. So I did get a couple times where I got that 4 step, and it gets my little tinker thumping because I know recovery after the 4 steps is a little bit more difficult. But it worked out beautifully. Again, I mean, it can happen at Baccarat, but we're using the Grand Marty Money Management System and a $10. We got $260 at risk. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to update that. Now we're playing this on Evolution First Person, right? So one, you've got as much time as you need to do anything. You don't have to sit and wait for results to come out, because the first key component of doing this is we have to have the previous 15 results of banker and player. So what do I mean by that? 15 results, the last 15 results. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to click on here 15 times, and then we're going to get to potentially 15 results. And the reason why I'm saying potentially 15 results, you can see the numbers that are popping up here. It's saying we've got 11, 12. It's saying 15, but I've got 2 ties on this one. I've got 2 ties in that one. So I'm just going to come up here to this one, and I'm going to go plus a hand. So I still only have 2 ties. But now I have 15 results of banker and player there, because I'm going to need that in order to get an accurate forecast of what's going on. Remember, that's the key thing here, is we're looking for a forecast. Is it the forecast for that rainy sky or that disastrous storm that's going to hit us when we're sitting out there for a picnic is a death square. So if we can have a predictor that's going to tell us when the death square is going to come, I mean, just like a weatherman, it ain't always right. But if it's right more times than not, I'm not going to get rained. My picnic's not going to get rained out, right? So I'm going to just go through, and anyone that has a tie, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to up those. No ties here and 1 tie here. All right. So now we're just going to go ahead and we're going to put these results in, and let's just see what the forecast shows. So here we've got 1 player and we've got 6 bankers. 6 hands. Yeah, I probably made my bubbles a little small there. A little harder for that to see. I'll just bring that right down over my head. It's probably easier that way. Yeah, so now we're at 7 hands. So now we've got player, player. That's the app telling me that I should be betting, and actually I should have had this red light on, so I don't have to necessarily worry about any of that. It's not going to matter here in a little bit anyway. Banker, banker, player, banker, player, banker. All right, so now we have our 15 hands, even though they're on hand 17 because of the 2 ties. So we've got our 15 hands, so that's correct. So now I'm actually going to switch over here to the brain, because the brain is where I'm going to be getting my forecast. So the first thing that I want to look and see is on the secret 7s, do I have 4 results in a row? 4 L's in a row. Because if it does, I'm out. It's a bad forecast. There's going to be some rain, lightning, and maybe a tornado coming to wipe everything away. An easy way to see that is also look here. So I know that I've had 2 losses in a row. That's what that means there. But out of my last 7 results, so I'm going to push this back. So this is only showing my last 7 results. I've got a win, a loss, a win, a loss, loss, and a win-win. If in these last 7, if I had any more than 3 losses in a row, so 3 losses in a row, I'm just going to see some more hands until I can hopefully get past that forecast, or we're going to get maybe a truer forecast of where that's going to go. So remember, I can keep pushing this one at a time and dealing a free hand until I'm comfortable to play. That's the other thing. Instead of playing it at a $3 unit, I'm actually investing more time to look at the forecast. And this is a hit and run strategy. So I'm only looking for 1 win and I'm out. As soon as I get my win, I'm moving on to the next one. And just a matter of looking at that forecast and seeing if you like that. So up here on the C2 Bet 4, of course, they just had their win, and then they had C1. So at a minimum, I would have to see 1 more, because of C1, I got a C2 before I can look at this anyway. So we're going to come out here and we're going to go deal a free hand. So it gives us a player, and we're going to go ahead and mark player in there, and that actually gives us 3 wins. So overall, we do have the lead, but we currently have a good streak going, and now it's saying bet on banker. So now I'm going to come out here and just click in here so I can join the table, and now we're going to be betting on banker using a $10 unit. The other way I could do this is I could also go here and say, okay, let's just join the C2 Bet 4, and now I know my steps are 10, 30, 70, and 150, right? In order to get that done. But we know that we're going to be doing, first of all, a $10 banker. So $10 banker, hit deal. 1-1, and banker wins. So that's 1 unit in the bank. I'm going to go back to first player, and this is what I'm going to do is when I get back here, I'm going to go, this is the one I just used, and I'm going to shuffle that shoe. So that way I've got no way of coming back to it. No, that one's gone. So let me go ahead and clear this. All right, so let's put these results in. We've got player, 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 banker, player, player, banker, player, banker, banker, player, banker, banker, banker. 15 results. All right, they've got 17 because of the 2 ties. All right, so let's now go to the brain. And look, we just hit 4 in a row. Just hit a death square. So the same rules as we were playing C2 Bet 4 before. If you hit a death square, we out, right? So I know I can come out here and I can click the room on that one because I'm not playing that one. So now I just need to delete that. Actually, go back to turn off the brain, and I'm going to delete it here. So that way it also gets rid of that. I mean, I could actually have did the input here. I actually kind of like doing this way. That way, if I see if there's 4 on the secret 7, I already know I'm out. I don't have to wait for the death square to happen there. So let's go And this actually looks like a dust square here too. Banker, player, player, player. Just to show everybody, banker, player. Look, we got our 4 losses. No need to continue there. So we know that that one is also getting the broom and swept off. So next one, player, banker, player, 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 banker, 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 player, banker, banker, player, player, player. We've got our 15 hands. We did have 3 in a row here, and it's 5-2 is the score. So right now, it's a pretty cloudy sky, even though that we can see that the C2 Bet 4 has actually been doing good. They've had 1 loss and 4 wins. So up until this point, they're doing great. But let's see if the forecast for Secret 7 doesn't get better, because as of right now, I can't play it. So let's go ahead and let's just add some hands to this one. So we got a banker. I know I'm going to need at least 3 hands. A banker and a banker. So banker, banker, banker. So now it's still 4-3, and I'm on C1. So let's add another hand and see if the fortunes don't change. Well, it's going to put because that went player, that's going to put an L there. So it's still 4-3, even though this is ready. C2 Bet 4 is ready to go. But I'm not ready to play it yet. Listen to the forecast. Again, this is why we're playing a little bit bigger unit, because it does take a little bit more time to get that one locked in. But hey, I'm not waiting on a live dealer to deal. It's just me coming over and clicking more buttons. So next hand was a banker. And that actually wins for C2 Bet 4, but it lost for Secret 7. Which is fine. So we know we're going to have 2 hands anyway for C1, C2. And the most we're going to go out here is to hand 45. If we get to hand 45, well, then we're done. We didn't get 1 unit by then. We need to jump. So 15 is the minimum. 45 is the max. So we really want to be in the belly of the beast, or belly of the shoe, is kind of what we're looking for there. So I had my player banker. Now I had another player banker. So now we've got 4-3. Didn't have more than 3 L's, and we don't have the last 2 are not. So if we have 2 L's in this 6 and 7 spot, you don't play. If you're sitting on 2 L's at 6 and 7, you just don't. So now we can see that this actually shows up player, actually in both spots. It did that last time too. It said banker in both spots. It doesn't have to. So Secret 7 at this point could be saying banker, and then I'm still going to play player. So this gives us our green light to play C2 Bet 4, but now we're actually going to go in and we're going to play C2 Bet 4. So to come in here, this is saying player for $10. So let's click on here to actually join this shoe and play for $10. So $10 on player, deal it. Tie. What does that mean? What does that normally mean? It means, yeah, just rebetting it deal. We're not shooting for the ties yet. As a win, yeah, it took a little bit of time, but that's why we're playing for a $10 unit. Right, we've upped our unit size, and we know that at the max I'm going to be risking 26 units. So keep that in mind too. That if you're like, yeah, $10 is still kind of expensive for me, and I believe I'm at actually I can't see because I'm sitting here. I think I'm at 1670 right now for my bankroll or my buy-in. Obviously, it's not my bankroll. I actually have 9 other bankrolls or nine other buy-ins sitting off platform. So, and I highly recommend that too. That has been saving grace, right? If you get on tilt, oh, that's been so nice having that money sitting off platform. So nice. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to sweep the broom on that one, and let's just do this again. And actually, I'm going to go back to the brain, and I'm going to delete. And we're going to go player, 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 banker, 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 player, 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 banker, 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 banker. Sorry, this is the repetition of it, but gets us in here. So we can see we've got. Let's make sure we didn't have. Yeah, we had three losses and a win. That's fine. It's not 4. If it's 4 in a row, run away. And we can tell it's 3 also because we got 3 here. But I like keeping this at my last 7 hands, seven results, because that's really what I'm looking at to keep score. So I've got 5-2 is the score, and having 1 here on the end is not a problem. I still have the green light to go play, and we had 1 L up there, so that means I'm actually risking three times, because if 3 times lose, well then I've got death square, right? So kind of excited because now I'm back down on my virtual of what I normally was doing, right? So we know that we're going to be playing here. So we're going to click into it. It says player for $10. So let's click in here, and again, we're going to do player for $10. You guys are all looking at this going, well, of course you can do player for $10. Why wouldn't you do player, given that all this has been doing is repeating? I agree. And did not win, but that's okay. So now we continue with C2 bet 4. So we mark that as being a banker, and now it's going to be a player for $30. So rebet 2 times. Click, click, $30. One to a 2. All right, well, we're going in for our final. Oh yeah, I marked that wrong. I was like, what happened there? Good thing I'm not waiting on a dealer. So that was actually a player. Or sorry, a banker. So now we're going for player for $80. So rebet 2 times. This one should have been 70. Because I shouldn't be on Mikey's Super Marty. I should be on Grand Marty, not Super Marty, because Super Marty goes to 8. So Grand Marty, 4 steps, update. So this one I'm actually sitting on a $70 step. Unfortunately, that's not going to show me there, but that's all right. We know that we'd be winning $30. Get this to go player. Boom, just won $30, right? Only had to put my third bet to the test. So with that, let's go ahead and we're gonna delete that. Gonna go back to first person, and we're gonna get rid of this one. So, boom, hit the broom. That one's gone. So let's put this one in, so just see what this one shows. Just show what this last one here gives us. So we got player, banker, turn the red light on, player, 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 5 players, banker, banker, player, banker, banker, player, player. Oh, missed one. That was a banker, banker, player, player. All right, so this is showing 14 hands, which should be right, because I actually have 2 ties down here. So when I was trying to apparently get rid of one, I got another tie. So now I'm going to have my other result. So banker, and now we're going to go to the brain. See what our weather forecast was. So we had 3 that lost. We've got 3 wins, 4 losses. So we know that we're not going to be there anyway. And as soon as I click another one, I could get a win. But so I know I need at least 2 results in order to flip this to a W. So let's just go ahead and we're going to click on deal a free hand twice. So we had player, player. So that was a win. So that's a 3 to 4. And then a player, and that ended up being a loss. So we know that it is still 4 to 3. So I'm going to continue clicking here because we want to get that free forecast. So we had a banker. So now we are at 4 to 3. We had the W there. So let's get 2 more draws. Player, tie, player. So player was another win there. Player was a loss there, right? But we still have 4 to 3, and I only have 1 L. So if I had 2 here, can't play. Can't play. Just keep pulling results so you can. But we just had our 1, 2. So now we know we're going to be playing player, even though that's the opposite of this. But our weather forecast says you've got sunny skies ahead to get through this. So let's go ahead and we're going to come in here. It's $10 on player, and this time it's got our 4 steps correctly. So Grand Marty, money management. We got that taken care of, and we're going to come in here and put $10 on player. Player. Boom. Just like that. Right? So from there, I come up here and I can click the broom, and now I just start over again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 15 results. If there's any ties, I'll add some extra hands on there and just go one after another. And we are trying to get a good forecast coming because it's going to be sunny green skies. Bring on the green, baby, because it's the money's coming your way. People are like, the app's expensive. It's $30 a month, $1 a day. Really, $1 a day? If we had just taken that down to $2 bets. I mean, you don't need a giant bankroll to play this way. I mean, this way is actually so easy. I'm gonna come back with results of after setting up my mother and getting my mother to do it, and she's in her 90s, right? I'm serious. We're gonna get this done, get this set up so she can play this way as well, because. Why not supplement that income since cost of living has done nothing but go up? So at least certainly here in the States. So I wish you well, Mike the Gambling Guy. Till next time, I'm out.